one out here. I feel dehydrated. There's only one way to rehydrate. Oh yeah. Let's get right down to business here. Oh yeah. Oh my God. It's like when you look over a barbecue and you see the wrinkly lines. I'm in, baby. I need this right now. Oh my God. I had a day at work like you can't even imagine. I got managers chasing me around with write-ups. I'm slipping out the back door. I don't know what to tell you. I come home, the wife's not talking to me. Kids on the iPad. It's like daddy doesn't even exist. I'm like, you know what? Sometimes you get the blues, baby. And there's only one way to cure the blues. You need a solid gold guitar. I got my solid gold guitar and now I'll never sing the blues. Remember that guitar, that piece of shit they were selling kids back in the day with the little speaker on the inside of it? Yeah, the solid gold guitar. Yeah, I know. Right up there with Teddy Ruxpin. Yeah, you can suck it, the two of yous. That's what everybody wanted. Teddy Ruxpin and the solid gold guitar. Good luck. Put that on your Sears catalog list. Remember when you used to make a Christmas list? You rip out pieces of paper from the Sears catalog? Yeah. I wanted the Chips motorcycles. I got the Chips helicopter for Christmas. And kids are such pieces of shit. I open it up. You know, my father's like barely rubbing two nickels together. Road construction, breaking his ass. You know, my mother's watching 3 kids. And I'm like, I wanted the Chips motorcycle, not the helicopter. Yeah. Like a real piece of shit. And then you wonder why people drive a car full of kids right into a lake. Yeah. Please. Oh, hurts so good. Oh yeah. Come on. Jingles, like the TV jingles that have rammed into my head, what the psychological damage that TV has done to me. I mean, pick one. Let Nicolak pavers pave your way. Do-do-do. Pave your way. That's a Long Island thing. I don't know. You guys got Nicolak? Where you from? Huh? Probably in North Carolina. Bunch of New York fucks down there anyhow. Hey, shkamana mua mana ming. Callahan's off tonight. Off duty! That's right. What do we got here for you tonight, guys, is oh so special. Oh, so special. Can I tell you something right now? What we have presented for you, okay, in deluxe fashion, are, in my opinion, these are my bucket list speakers, and that's how I put it. And I've been searching for a pair of these speakers. I love it. I love when you read the forums. I found them in the trash. I found them at the thrift store for $50. Yeah, well, guess what? In my 10 years of garage sailing, I never ran into a pair. In all my life, picking through the trash, never found a pair. All the years going to the thrift stores, never found them. So when I got a call from my uncle, and I knew my uncle had a pair back in the day, but I didn't realize that he had them today. He gave me a call. He basically said, I have these speakers. Do you want them? And I was like, yes! Yes! I have a hard time accepting things. You understand? For some reason, I don't know what is a low self-esteem thing. I have a hard time when people give. I have a hard time taking. Okay? But not this time! So I was oh so thrilled when my uncle called me up. I knew he had a pair. I remember when I was a little boy. Because they used to have these outrageous foam grills, right? That cost you $300 now for a replacement pair. They had like this egg crate foam in these wild colors, blue, orange, and the wild color of black. Anyhow. But these are replacements right here, and we're going to get rid of them shortly because to cover up the beauty of the speakers is a crime against humanity. Yeah. Guys, these are the JBL L100s. Oh yeah, these frames right here, by the way, this is an after covering right here. But these frames right here, I mean, you can get like $150 to $200 just for these frames alone. Oh yeah. So I'll haphazardly place them over there. I mean, look at this, guys. This is 1970s vintage. Okay? These are the model L100 Centuries. Yes. Brushed aluminum here. We replaced the foams on the tweeters. Okay? So what you need to say, I know what you're saying to me. Bedhead 1000, what makes these speakers so special? Okay. The L100s were used as studio monitor speakers, basically for every fantastically recorded rock and roll album of all time. That's right. In the studio, when they would mix the record, they would have a pair of JBL L100s. They weren't called JBL L100s. They were like, what, 4230s or something like that? Well, what happened was they noticed that the studio techs and the musicians were taking the speakers home with them. And JBL, a light went off in their head saying, bing, maybe we can sell these to consumers. So the only difference between the studio monitors and these speakers right here is the wood grain on the side. And you see pictures all over the place. You see the Eagles in the studio, and you see the L100s in the background. There's endless pictures online you could see of, it's the Rolling Stones and the L100s in the background. Or it's the Doors and the L100s in the background. It's maybe not the Doors, right? That was 60s. But, in the 70s, guys. You understand? So they're legendary rock and roll speakers. So you're playing the speakers that the music was reproduced on. What more can you ask for? And what I love about L100s is they're the anti-audiophile speaker. Audiophiles love to hate these speakers. But every time one of these scumbags gets a pair of them, they say they got to start out. This is what I hate about pretentious audiophiles. They have to start out. The caveat in the beginning of the article is how they don't approve of these speakers and how the mid-range is fatiguing on the ears. I got news for you right now. This is how you could tell a guy never worked a day in his life. When a mid-range speaker could be fatiguing on your ears. When you listen to rock and roll, it's supposed to be fatiguing on the ears. The tweeter isn't the beep boop. Enough already. But by the end of the article, they always fall in love with the speaker. So it's the speaker that the audiophiles can't admit they like. But they love it. Because it's different. It's raw. Okay? There's a certain power behind them. They have the West Coast sound. That's what they love to say. It has the West Coast sound. Alright? They got a hard rockin' sound. They got a punchy bass. These are hit you in your face speakers. Do you understand? There's a bass that comes out of these woofers. These woofers are like, you know, they're old. Let's face it. They have the wrinkle, the crinkle surround here with the varnish on it. You understand? I looked at these woofers on them like, what are they possibly going to do? But they have a tremendous amount of excursion. I've never seen anything like this. And they produce a punchy bass that is so synonymous with you know, a bass drum. These speakers are known for being able to reproduce voice and drums extremely well. This is where they shine. Amen. Amen. So it was so exciting to get them downstairs and hook them up to the Pioneer SX 1050, where these are right at home with. I mean, you come down into my basement and it's like you're walking into it's like I don't know what to tell you guys. It's like, where's the pot? Come down to my basement. I just should have joints burning everywhere. Roaches everywhere. I remember we had a guy on the block, you know, an older guy. He used to be smoking weed all day. And you'd walk into his room and it was just like roaches laying all over the place. This place reeked of pot, you know, posters all over the place. The greatest kind of room you could ever imagine. You understand? These are the kind of speakers that you put on. They're known for being loud, aggressive. You understand? So what do we have to power them today? We have an 8-watt Sansui. But I'm telling you right, I haven't even listened to this setup yet. I have so much confidence in the little Sansui, I know she can do it. I believe the JBLs are 50 watts per speaker rated. And I know the 8-watt Sansui. It's a tall order, but I know the 8-watt Sansui can do it. Yes. Yes. So here we go. We're going to pour another drink, ladies and gentlemen. Because my main goal today is a copyright strike. Yes, thank you. If this ever gets to air, I'll be amazed. Because I'm going all out today. I don't care. These are JBL L100s. I'm in. By the way, this pair is in very nice condition. Okay, the crossovers are working fine. Look at this. Brush. We're talking about machined aluminum here. Okay. We're talking about machined aluminum here. That's my manager on the phone, by the way. He's still trying to track me down. Trying to give me my write-up. You know what? Fuck everybody sideways. That's what I'm talking about, guys. You guys got to come home and listen to a nice pair of speakers and have a drink. Because at the end of the day, we're on a rock that's spinning through God knows where in the universe. And none of it makes any sense until you get right here. And then all of it makes perfect sense. It's the truth. Cheers. Sip of Jack and Coke for Lemmy Kilmeister. So what do we got here? We replaced the foams. Yes, that was fun to do. They actually came off. The old residue came off very easily. Right? We have aluminum baskets on these speakers. Do you understand? There's no shortage of quality here. Okay? A set of these in this condition probably run you about $2,000 now. Yeah. Yeah. In really nice condition, like $2,500. Okay. All the speakers are in great condition. We have a little wrinkling over here from the wood. You know, veneers and whatnot. What are you going to do? But everything works precisely as it should. We have the presence and the balance set to 0. There's no reason to color these speakers. They know exactly what they're doing. Okay, so what do we start with today? Since these speakers are known for rock and roll and jazz, let's start off slow because we need to stretch out a little bit and relax. So we got an old friend here. It's Hiroshi Suzuki. Okay? Japanese people doing jazz better than Americans, if you can imagine. The last thing I thought the Japanese knew how to do was play jazz. So when I heard this album, I was like, oh my God. And then it opened up a whole new realm of Japanese jazz, which is absolutely fantastic. All right, here we go. Nice and slow. We power on. And first thing I want to do is I want to turn up the volume for you. Okay, we're halfway up. You barely hear anything. Just a little. My computer's fan. The volume is halfway up. We'll never get to halfway. Do you understand? On the old San Chewy. All right, here we go. Blocking the speaker here. Here we go. Oh, is that drummer doing it or what? Okay, let's do it. Here we go. Oh. I wish you could be here right now. It's so clean. It's so clean. It's so crisp. It's such a pleasure to listen to. I don't explain it to you. It draws you in. It has a gravity about it. It's so pleasing to the ears. What a wonderful recording. Okay. But we've heard this all before. That was just a demonstration of jazz on these speakers. It's a real pleasure to hear that. I don't care how bad your life is, after listening to that, everything just like, it almost like it comes out of the top of your head through an antenna and goes away. Yes. But here we go. I figured we'd bring this record out to ensure that we definitely get a copyright strike and the song never airs. I want to tell you about, guys, Physical Graffiti. And look at this. We paid $2.99 for it. I don't even think we paid $2.99 for it. I think I paid $1 for it at a garage sale. Okay? I mean, this is the kind of stuff you can find. Physical Graffiti might be, this in Presence, it's so hard with Led Zeppelin. Do you understand? It's like, I'd love to tell you that Stairway to Heaven is a great song if the radio didn't bash it to pieces. You can't listen to it anymore. It's like, isn't that disgusting that such a wonderful song can't be? Imagine if you never heard Stairway to Heaven and you heard it tomorrow for the first time. Can you even imagine? Or if it was Hotel California. I can't listen to it anymore. And what a wonderful song. I roll my eyes. I changed the radio station. If I'm listening to, I can't listen to the radio anymore. Who listens to the radio? Okay. So here we go. There are two songs we can play for you today. Oh my God. We could play the whole fucking album. We could play the whole album, guys. I pulled the wrong record. Here we go. Now, keep in mind, this record's in beat-up condition, but I think that's exactly what we need. We need a little pop, and we need a little crackle while we listen to our Led Zeppelin. All right? And what I'm going to play for you right now is I'm going to play you the solo from 10 Years Gone. Let's do it.
Alright with me. In the midst I think of you and how it used to be.
I got news for you right now. If you're a woman, I mean, you don't. If you see Jimmy Page after a concert, you just lunge at him. I can't even imagine what it must have been for Robert Plant. I mean, he's up there, the shirt's off. He's got the package off to the right, the left. I don't know where it's going. Mine's like right in the middle where the short dicks are. He's got the package hanging off to the right there, the chest hanging out, the English accent, the pirate smile, the hair. I mean, it's like, what do women do? They must just go bananas, scream, and run, and pull your pants off. Guys, can you imagine experiencing something like this? Or you see Jimmy Page. Oh, it was always Jimmy Page on stage doing his little dance moves. That used to crack me up. Watch Jimmy Page perform live. He has all these little dance moves. He's like the it's like the Elvis Special Olympics. Yeah. Please. Oh my God! Check out Jimmy Page at Nebworth, 1979. Yeah. Check him. He's wearing like this blue. It's like a blouse at this point. Remember with the pleated pants? This is like, just brushing into the 80s. It's like this contemporary look. And the sweat coming off of him. It's like, there was no bottled water back then. Do you understand? He wasn't like drinking water. You don't see him like bottles of water on the amplifiers. He did the whole concert just drenched. Like, how did this guy not go to the hospital? You cannot get a bodybuilder on the stage for 5 seconds without him having to go to hospital after the show for dehydration. And here's Jimmy Page just putting everything into it. He's drenched. It's like a silk blouse. It like changes colors while he's playing. It's so drenched with sweat. I don't know. Guys, what are you going to talk about? What are you going to talk about on Physical Graffiti, huh? Oh, my God. What a fantastic album. But let's get right to the meat and potatoes here. And this is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. We picked up this record. I think somebody might have sent us this record, for God's sake. Did somebody send us this record? Anyhow, guys, it's like a greatest hits of... This is a band that's like... It's like Mopars, Chryslers. You have Ford guys, you have Chevy guys, but the Ford guys and the Chevy guys love Chryslers. Everybody loves a Chrysler. Yeah. Everybody loves a Barracuda. Everybody loves a Challenger. Everybody loves a Charger. Do you understand? This is like... It's like a crossover. I don't understand. You listen, you had Led Zeppelin guys, you had Rolling Stones guys, you had Who guys, but everybody loves the Doors. And I gotta tell you something right now. When it comes to Jim Morrison, I think he's one of the most hilarious frontmen of all time, because I think there's two things that are certain in life, and that is, you know, the sun's gonna go down at night, and you know Jim Morrison's gonna be fucking drunk off his ass. It's true. It's fucking true. This guy is a fucking party. And if you listen to these recordings, especially when you hear them on vinyl, you hear how hammered he is. Yeah. This guy's hammered in these recordings. I don't care what you say. He just says that, you know how you drink a little and you're in the shower, you take a shower, you're like, zip, zap, zoing, zaba, zing, zang, zoing. You're Jim Morrison, basically, at that point. Yeah. And one of my favorites is, my friend used to have this recording of Jim Morrison and Jimi Hendrix. I mean, can you imagine this, number one? They're just like jamming and somebody's recording it. I don't know who's recording it, but they're throwing like the boner of a century through their pants. I got what'd you do last night? Oh, I recorded Jim Morrison and Jimi Hendrix. And so Jim Morrison is fucking hammered out of his brain. And they're trying to play this song, and Jim Morrison's going, "Fuck her in the ass!" and you know Jimmy's like, "Oh boy, this is getting wild." "Fuck her in the ass!" He like keeps saying it over and over again. And I can just imagine Jimi like Hendrix laughing, like while this is happening, like in his head, like, "Oh boy, cut this guy off." But how are we going to leave here with the quintessential rock and roll speakers and not play one of the quintessential rock and roll songs, guys? Come on! Let's see if we pull out the right record this time. Yeah. It's a dirty record, okay? Let's get it snap, crackling, popping. Number 3, baby. Number 3. Here we go. Let me get my bass. and recorded beautifully, by the way.
Are you a lucky little lady in the city of light? Or did you know the lost in your city of night? City of night.
Ow!
City of night. City of night.
Oh! 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 Oh, who's driving? Who's driving?
LA woman. LA woman. LA woman Sunday afternoon.
Oh, come on. We could go all day, for Christ's sake. We could go all day. But one of the greatest parts is when we roll out of Mr. Mojo Rising. That's right. We're getting a lot of flutter because we don't have a subsonic filter. The Pioneer SX 150, Jesus Christ, 1050 has a subsonic filter, so we're getting a lot of flutter from the bass, and that's because of just subsonic sounds coming out of the record player, right? So the Pioneer has a crossover that eliminates that stuff only an elephant can hear, so it keeps the flutter down from the speaker. So I'm reluctant to turn it all the way up because of that. Because I don't know if you can see it through the video, but we are getting a lot of that. All right, here we go. Are you ready for this? This is how we're going to close out the show, folks. Yes. These were some bad boys. Let me tell you right now.
It's the Mojo Rising. It's the Mojo Rising. It's the Mojo Rising.
Let me get my bass ready.
Got to keep on rising. It's the Mojo Rising. It's the Mojo Rising. Mojo Rising. Got the Mojo Rising. It's the Mojo Rising. Got to keep on rising. Riding, riding. On riding, riding. Riding, riding. Riding, riding. Hey, riding, riding. Whoa, right, right. Oh.
Seamless transition right here. Ready for the seamless transition? Here we go. Oh yeah. We're back.
We're gonna need a down about an hour ago. Look around, baby, when the wind blows. With a little girl in a Hollywood bungalow. Are you a lucky little lady in the city tonight? Or just another long thing, yo?
Ow! 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 Sip of coffee! Sip a Jack and Coke, for Christ's sake. Lights out. Lights out for Jim Morrison. You kidding me? Sip a coffee for dead Jim Morrison. Christ's sake. Guys, those are the JBL L100s. So happy we could present them to you today. Aren't they gorgeous? They're gorgeous. I want to thank my uncle for... did I even mention that, for Christ's sake? Yes. Yes. I got them from my uncle, who I remember seeing these as a kid. Did I mention that already? I remember seeing them as a kid, and that's how the grills. I remember the cat scratched the grills and destroyed the grills. Anyhow, as it happens, he had kept them all this time, and just by remembering the cat scratching the grills, I remembered that they were L100s later on in life. I remember seeing the L100s, reading about the L100s, and saying, Jesus Christ, those were my uncle's. He had them down in the basement. And I just remembered that. And out of the blue, I was like, I've been more into these speakers now than ever. I get a call from my uncle. Hey, I got these pair of speakers. Do you want them? So, a super thank you to my uncle. Super generous, salt of the earth man. Yes, one of the most generous people I know. For letting me have them. It's really a great honor to have them. And I'm really, really happy. I'm going to treat them like gold. These are my speakers till I drop dead. Or give them to my son, who could then break them. I don't know. We'll see. Guys, you just tuned into the greatest video game program in the history of human civilization. And you better believe that. With a 4K face! We'll see you next time.